These are instructions for the Strutmasters front strut conversion installation for the S600. These instructions will fit year models 1999 through 2006. Remember that safety is always a primary concern. Always secure your vehicle on jacks before you remove the front wheel. Remove the front and rear set screws from the bottom of the original strut. This procedure uses a 5mm Allen wrench. The control arm should always move freely from the strut once the set screws have been removed. Now remove the lower valance panel. Locate the bleeder screw and open the valve. This uses an 11mm wrench. Bleed off all of the hydraulic pressure from the line. This needs to be done in order to easily remove the quick disconnect from the strut. Now remove the screws from the bracket that holds the hydraulic line for the strut. And removal of the line bracket may be required to allow extra flexibility in the hydraulic line. Now unscrew the quick disconnect from the hydraulic line and pull down on it to release it. Return to the top of the car and pinch in the two tabs to remove the strut sensor. Channel lock pliers may be useful if you're unable to pinch the tabs with your hand. Remove the 3 nuts that hold the strut using a 13mm socket. And then remove the retainer plate. A pry bar will be needed to pull the control arm down enough to remove the factory strut from the vehicle. The existing hydraulic line will need to be removed from the upper mount on the factory strut. First, remove the upper retaining nut and the housing from the factory strut. Using an 18mm wrench, we remove the hydraulic line from the factory strut. A brass cap is supplied with your new Strutmasters conversion kit. This cap is used to cap the end of the old hydraulic line. The brass cap should be secured tightly, and ensure that the fitting does not spin. Check to see that the cap does not spin. This helps to ensure that the hydraulic line does not leak. After the line has been properly capped off, reinstall the line back into your vehicle. Make certain that the old line is seated and clipped back in. Then reattach the line brackets. Now prepare to install the new Strutmasters strut assembly. Affirm that all the nuts and washers that are required are present for the top 3 studs. Also affirm that both set screws at the bottom of the strut are present. Now install the new Strutmasters strut into position. Once the 3 studs are aligned, push through and install the upper nuts loosely. This procedure will probably require 2 people. Use a crowbar to pry the control arm downward in order to guide the strut over the lower mounting stud. Ensure that the lower ball joint is completely seated on the lower ball joint pin. Now use the Allen wrench to tighten the set screws completely tight onto the ball joint pin. Always remember to tighten both set screws. After you've tightened both set screws, move to the top to tighten the 3 upper studs. Use a zip tie to tie the factory strut controller, which will no longer be used, to an existing wire harness. Neatly trim the zip ties, and always be careful not to cut the existing factory wires. Now it's time to reinstall the front balance panel. Now place the front wheel back onto the front hub. Install and tighten all your lug nuts. After you have completed the Strutmasters strut conversion, check the reservoir for the power steering hydraulic fluid. Make sure that the fluid is topped off and at the proper level. Failure to do this procedure may damage the power steering hydraulic pump and could seriously affect the steering of the vehicle. While the engine is running, pull out the plunger and check the fluid level. Make sure that the fluid is at the proper level. If your fluid level is low, be sure to always add the proper fluid for this make of vehicle. Check your local Mercedes dealer or auto parts store that carries genuine Mercedes parts. No other fluid should be used in this vehicle except Pentosan CHF11S. The use of any other fluid in this vehicle may damage the vehicle. Always check your owner's manual or call your local Mercedes dealer for further information.